We are live. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for me. What's up, Anthony's in the house? I appreciate y'all. Before we get started, make sure you go over to that rebelwithoutareason.com. You'll find a link to the show over there. Just in case they tried to hide the show from you guys, click that and go right to the Rumble channel. While you're there, make sure you get you some of that fine gear I've designed for you guys. We got a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything. Show your support over there at rebelwithoutareason.com. I definitely appreciate y'all. What's up, Anthony? I appreciate y'all being here. You can also get me on that fucking Cash App right there. Hit me up on that Cash App right there. Right there. Where's it at? Right there. Hit me up on that Cash App right there. That's $Rebel Without a Reason. Hit that PayPal link also, if you feel so inclined. Let's get these logos up here. What's up, guys and girls? I definitely appreciate y'all. Sorry I was unavailable on Tuesday. I was super busy. Slaving to the white man. Trying to make $1. So we got a whole lot of stuff to catch up on. We're just going to get right into it. Get right on up in there. Make sure you hang out for the Rumble channel after the fact. We're going to have fun stuff going on over there. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I appreciate that too. Getting that Epoch Times. They got some good stuff on there. Let's see where we're going to go to first. Dude, there's so many. What up? Latina's in the house. Latina, thank you for being here. Let's see. Dude, I got so many stories. I don't even know where to begin, honestly. Stuck in a commercial. Oh, hell. What, are you paying for this channel now? What the hell's going on here? Merchandising. Joyce Mayer. I don't even know who that is. I don't know who that is, Latina. All right, let's kick it off with some view hags. We hadn't seen these hookers in a while. Whoopi Goldberg tells liberal audience on The View that nobody should vote for Trump. He's going to disappear everybody.
I'm going to be, on day one, I'm going to be a dictator. Who says it to you, tells you. I'm going to put you people away. I'm going to take all the journalists. I'm going to take all the gay folks. I'm going to move you all around and disappear you. If that's the country you want, you know who to vote for. If that's not the country you want, you have to make a decision.
You have to make a decision. He says everybody's going to get rounded up. Ain't that what Hochul's doing right now with her little policy? So they can just take people off the street. They don't have to have no rhyme or reason for it. I should check her out sometime. Let me write that name down. Joyce Mayer. Who is that, Latina? Yeah, so obviously everybody already knows Trump's going to be a tyrant. He said it on day one. And I knew as soon as he said that in that speech that day, it wasn't in a speech. It was on like a town hall, I believe. And he said, hey, the people are saying you're going to be a dictator. And he was like, nah, just on day one. You know what I mean? And people were like, oh my God, he admitted it. It's on day one. Oh my God. Calm down, folks. Don't be stupid. They really believe it, though. I mean, well, they really believe it, but they also are lunatics. You know what I mean? Like they got TDS so bad. Joyce Meyer is the TV evangelist. Oh, okay. Write that down. Man, my dad used to watch Ernest Angley back in the day. And Jimmy Swaggart. And I remember I was watching that shit on TV where he got busted with them prostitutes. And I was a little kid looking at that shit like, what is this, man? This guy's supposed to be the holy guy and believing in preaching and this and that or whatever. He's out there messing with these hookers. Come on, man. The hell is this world coming to? Speaking of that, sensitive video for this next one. This shit's whack as hell right here. Horrifying story from Houston where up to 7 men were assaulting toddlers filming in the restroom at the high-end mall. I wouldn't believe it unless I saw the fucking news report for it, dude. What the fuck?
Were allegedly sexually assaulted in a bathroom at the Galleria by multiple men. One of the men was a mall employee. Fox 26's Natalie He is joining us now live from the Galleria with the disturbing details. Natalie.
Well, Anthony, court documents reveal that there were up to 7 men involved in the sex assault. It apparently happened at one of the public bathrooms here at the Galleria Mall. And tonight, one local organization has an important message for parents. The FBI has arrested Arthur Hector Fernandez III and charged the 29-year-old with sexual exploitation of children. Fernandez is pictured here on his private Instagram with the username Allegedly Hector. His account was named in court documents that detailed the disturbing allegations that he and at least 6 other unidentified men sexually assaulted and raped a toddler at what appeared to be a Galleria Mall bathroom. Court documents say last month the Australian Centre to Counter Child Exploitation reported 4 explicit videos found on the dark web to the FBI in which at least 2 toddlers ages 2 and 3 were filmed being sexually and verbally
2 and 3 years old. You got me fucked up, dude. What the hell? What the absolute hell?
Assaulted by multiple men at once. Relatives of the toddlers told investigators Fernandez was a friend and fellow Galleria employee who offered to watch the kids while they were at work at the mall.
Yeah, see right there is another reason why you don't let strange people babysit your kids. So I guess he took them to the mall. Take them to a trip to the mall and go to the bathroom and get your cameras out and do all kinds of weird shit. Got me fucked up. Crazy, dude. Here's the Daily Mail article about it. 7 Texas men filmed themselves doing things to 2 toddlers in a bathroom of a Houston's Galleria Mall where the ringleader worked. So you know this little bastard was the ringleader. And there were multiple men involved. You know this wasn't the first time. Ain't no damn way. Ain't no fucking way, dude. You got me fucked up.
Boom. Do 50 bullets in your ass make your day? You know.
You already know. 50 bullets in your ass. Ain't no fucking way. And who knows what the jail time was on that, if anything. Take him out to the public square and do stuff to him. Yeah, exactly. Latina says, but we let teachers watch the kids. I know, I mean, remember when back in the day where teachers used to be a reputable job and they were admired people? I mean, some still are, but them left-handed weirdos ain't done nothing for them, I can tell you that. Crazy as hell. I don't know what type of jail time they got. I can't find the article, but that's all you need to see right there. The next article I wanted to see was how they got convicted and spend the rest of their life in jail. Getting that asshole reamed out. Let's go to this next one here. All these people are pissed off in this area because they're younger folks, I guess, in the community. They don't police them. They don't care to stop them. They don't want to call the cops on them. And when the cops get called, they don't know nothing. They didn't see nothing. So the Safeway store in their community is leaving now. They said, we out.
Critical store. This is like the store for all the elderly in the neighborhood. They can walk over here. There's no stairs. Easy in, easy out.
It's not helping the black community. It's not helping the homeless. It's not helping us at all.
Tonight, it's the very real human cost of a neighborhood closure. The Safeway in San Francisco's Fillmore district is set to shut down, and the community says it's more than just a bag of groceries. Neighbors in the Fillmore and Western Addition neighborhoods are still angry tonight, saying if this plan goes through, it will have long-term negative implications on the city's black community. The announced closure for that store in the heart of the city on Webster Street came late last week. Tonight, ABC 7 News reporter J.R. Stone is hearing the calls from neighbors and community leaders and brings us this story.
What's up, SC Wolverines in the house?
Welcome to the party, pal!
Welcome to the party, pal. Back to it.
In less than 2 months, this Safeway grocery store will close, according to executives.
You're gutting it. You're just gutting the neighborhood.
Community members are outraged, saying seniors and handicapped individuals have been forgotten about. Those with Safeway say they have entered into an agreement to sell the 3+ acre site to a real estate company for a mixed-use development project to include housing and commercial retail space.
They need to really do things about taking things from the inner city that we need, and then you're developing housing. Housing for who? The homeless? You need to do better than that.
It is the destruction of a community.
And those thoughts from Dr. Amos Brown of the NAACP are echoed by those that live in the Western Addition, who believe this will directly impact low-income Black and Asian communities. Mayor London.
Well, what about London? It said this is a rare opportunity to add significant amount of new homes in this part of our city and even a new grocery store. And you can listen to the report. They don't even confirm that there's even going to be a store in this area again. Safeway, the company, is selling this property. They're not going to be there. Maybe if they wouldn't rob the shit all the time, they'd want to stay there.
Breed told our partners at the SF Standard this is a real and rare opportunity to add a significant amount of new homes in this part of our city and even a new grocery store. But plans for a new grocery store have not been solidified, and community members we spoke with took target at the mayor.
And for London to not even fight for the Black community, to have this store stay here for the Blacks, it seems like they're just moving all the Blacks out.
So you're blaming the mayor on this?
I blame London because I think London should have done more. She was raised in this area.
Supervisor Dean Preston's office says they reached out to Safeway and the developer to explore the possibility of including a grocery store as part of any planned development at the site.
They need to stop the car, slow things down, and permit this Black community to get aboard and include us.
The closure of this store means that shoppers will have to travel more than a mile to another Safeway.
More than a mile, which is not too far, but you saw that one guy there. He was elderly. There's a lot of handicap, like they said, in this area, and just getting to this spot is hard for them to do. Now they got to go even further away to go get shit.
Or Lucky Supermarket, a little more than half a mile.
What's up, Six?
And when a new Trader Joe's opens in Hayes Valley. J.R. Stone, ABC 7 News.
What up, Six in the house? Cat's F's in the house. What up, Cat? Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, what do you do? Is San Francisco even going to be worth a damn going there anymore? It's probably past it's time to have that conversation, I guess. And London Breed ain't doing nothing to help nobody, man. All right, here we go. Getting some immigration shit. The mayor of Denver, Colorado has announced an effort to cut $150 million from the city budget to redirect to services for illegal immigrants. Their shelters are full of illegals, so they're cutting the 2024 budget of American citizens and allocating it to illegal migrants. Let's watch this.
Place where folks are not going to be without services and support. And we also want to fund critical services all across the city to make sure that everyone in Denver has the supports they need. And so we did sit down with agency heads yesterday and asked them to start preparing to evaluate ways in which they can absorb $180 million of cuts in the 2024 budget. They are going to start talking to their departments and their teams about those scenarios, and we will try to take a look at how we can navigate that. But that process has started. Our city departments are in the midst of that conversation. That's a little bit of crisis one. Crisis two is that those 4,800 people in residence means that we have now filled all of the space that we have for sheltering in the city and county. We have filled every single hotel site that we have and the 2 congregate sites that we added. And so we do not.
So they filled up all the hotels and all the other sites that they got available now. What do they think they're going to be asking to come to next?
Have space to add more folks that arrive, nor do we have staff to support them, nor do we have resources to support them to add on new hotels. Even if we could get someone in Adams County or Aurora or Lakewood to give us a hotel, we would have to add new staffing for those sites. We would have to add new resources for those sites, and we'd have to also add new capacity. And so that is a real challenge for us, which means we are in the scenario where We got 6 buses on Saturday. We only got 1 Sunday. But as we get a new increased volume, we have a lot of suboptimal options, which are either offering everyone onward travel to another location or trying to hope that they have friends or family they can stay with here. But we think we are at a very different tipping point than we've seen any way up to this moment. And we want to both confront the hard truths of how we can make this system work and realize we do not think we have the capacity to keep adding additional services without real help from neighboring jurisdictions, real additional resources, and even deeper cuts into the city budget.
Yeah, so they're going to cut the city budget even further. Your tax dollars, instead of going for the shit that you are allocated that shit for, roads, schools, all kinds of other shit, anything and everything supposedly they use our money for, without your permission, they're going to go use it to make them illegals feel nice and welcome. Exactly, and can't have an idea. Send the illegals back where they came from and close the border. That's revolutionary. Exactly. Exactly. Anthony called it right there. Friends and family living here? Yeah, already. If they ain't living here already, they will be soon. Let them go live with their friends and family. And if they can't live with them, they'll come live with you. That's the next thing. Did you see that shit in Maine? We'll get to that here in a second. We'll get to all that shit. Here's the type of shit your money's going for.
Gay, you said gay, 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 gay. When I say gay, you said gay, 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 gay.
Can't even play this stupid ass music. But this is what priorities are. Everybody got a rainbow color fucking flag, a fan. Got the drag strip all ready to go. I mean, I never wish for some shit to go down in flames harder. Scary. Look at this shit. Is this Halloween? Passing out trick or treat? Passing out condoms and whoever else knows STD tests. Bunch of weird fuckers. That's their whole identity. Put it on a plane, put it on a boat. Put it anywhere and everywhere. See what the hell's going on in New York City.
I hear them in obodo. I hear obodo South Africa. I hear them in obodo. I don't need me. I hear them in obodo. I don't need me. I hear them in obodo. I hear them in obodo. If any laws, how?
Dude, where do you think this is? Supposedly this is Manhattan. Sonia couldn't confirm or deny this.
Not to the apple. For sack! For sack! For sack! For sack! For sack! I hear them in obodo. I don't need me.
So allegedly this is Manhattan. This shit looks like a third world country, dude. Wow, only the backdrop has changed. Amazing. What up, Krabby Turtles in the house? Yeah, sorry about that. You never know what you're going to see when you get on this show, sir. You can't tell from the short clip? Okay. Let me play it again. Sonia's on Rumble channel. I know it is hard to tell with all these buildings.
South Africa. I hear them in obodo. I don't need me. I hear them in obodo. I don't need me. I hear them in obodo. I hear them in obodo. I don't need me. I hear them in obodo. I don't need me. I hear obodo South Africa. I hear them in obodo. I don't need me.
I heard him say South Africa. Day Rigos. Does this look familiar? Day Rigos. Yeah, pass it on, Sonia, whatever you got. She says she's got a speech of the mayor about him taking over the school. Yeah, that was going to be my next thing. In Colorado, they're at capacity. In New York, they're almost at capacity. And they kicked out of one of the Brooklyn schools 2,000 kids so they could do remote learning. So they could let all the legals go in there and have a night-night. Like, what the fuck? Doesn't look familiar. I heard him say South Africa in there on one thing. That could be South Africa. Hell, it looks just like Manhattan. South Africa, who the fuck knows? It's all the same anymore. Send it to Instagram. All right, let me go over there. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button. Do all that fun stuff. Make sure you follow me on these platforms right here that are scrolling for you. All right, give me 1 second to get back on that screen.
So whenever someone states that why are you using a school building, this is what we've always done, you know, and I hope people are not saying we can't use a skill building if it's dealing with migrants. I hope that's not what people are saying, because what I saw yesterday at James Madison, I saw children. That's what I saw. I saw children. And this city is never going to do anything that is going to put children in harm's way. And yesterday, our team did an amazing job. There was a threat coming into our city of a real weather emergency, and we were able to use one of our community assets. The loudest do not represent the majority. And that is like, it's really challenging for us to understand that in that community, there are hundreds of thousands of people there. We get whatever, 3, 4 people that call and say something hateful, and all of a sudden that becomes the narrative. The real narrative is the number of teachers that called that principal and said, we want to help. The number of people who came to deliver food, people who was part of Rethink Food. And I just want to tell New Yorkers, don't let the fringe groups hijack who we are as a city. This is a compassionate city that has always given back during difficult times. This is who we are. And we can't allow, because someone wants to spew a hateful term across a telephone, to define us as New Yorkers. We are not that. And whenever there's an emergency, New Yorkers step up. New Yorkers step up. As a child, our house was burned down. Our neighbors kept us. We were able to.
Why is there even an emergency that anybody needs to come forth with? They need to take care of themselves in their own fucking country. I don't know why they get brought here. So stupid.
Move next door with our neighbors. And this is who we are as a city. So those hateful people, all I could do is pray for them. That's all.
Hey, all I know is Adams just volunteered to have all the migrants come live at his house. So all the migrants find out where Adams lives and y'all can all go shack up with him. He just said it's all good.
I can do, but they are not representative of this city. This city is a compassionate, caring city. Thank you very much.
It sure is. I bet it is. Crazy. Yeah, Sonia, the state that I played that clip for before, that was from Denver, Colorado. Krabby got one for me too from Kathy Hochul. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Today I'm directing the Director of Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services to develop media literacy tools for K through 12
Read it, bitch.
in our public schools. This will teach students and even teachers to help understand how to spot conspiracy theories and misinformation, disinformation, and online hate. Start talking about what we're seeing out there. Give the teachers the tools they need to help these conversations in school. And by teaching younger New Yorkers about how to discern between digital fact and digital fiction, we can better inoculate them.
Great choice of words.
From hatred and the spread of it, and help prepare them for a very fast-moving and often confusing world.
It's wrong because everybody has the right to live and be happy without being told.
No, boy, you really must leave it to us. And be cheerful about it.
They're nuts!
Crazy as hell. Shout out to John Talks over there on YouTube. Make sure y'all follow his show. His channel over there. It's funny as hell. I got something for these motherfuckers. I tell them what they can do.
You know what I tell these people? Pre-suck my genital situation.
Do it. Do it now. Get there. Get down there. Sonia says, and some Brooklyn official is signaling to her masters that her district is welcoming migrants, of course. Dude, I can't stand Hochul. She's ridiculous. What up, Mandingo's in the house? Mandingo's in the house?
Welcome to the party, pal!
Welcome to the party, pal. Yeah, I can't believe she had that damn a pendant on that said that, Sonya. What the hell? Mandingo says UN has been collapsing the third world, creating the migration while they pay those people to flood the West. Same script as Europe. Dude, Europe is getting fucked up right now, man. You saw that video I played of the Muslims wanting to fucking have that Sharia law over there. They're gonna come cracking heads with baseball bats and shit if you don't get in line. Fuck what the law says. They'll make their own law. I am the law. Yeah. Send me that too, Sonya, whenever. Send it whenever. Waiting on a set schedule. I got a lot of stuff to cover, so we'll just keep on rolling with it. Did y'all see Trump was in New York today? They were doing the closing arguments on his case, the financial case in New York City.
Barbara, we're looking at these live images right now inside the courtroom. We've been given an opportunity to get a camera in before the proceedings officially get underway, but there you see Donald Trump sitting at his defense table alongside Chris Kise and Alina Habba, his two attorneys, who we understand will be part of the closing argument. Again, defense goes first with 2 hours or so of closing arguments, followed by the prosecution or the AG's office.
2 hours of closing arguments. Holy shit, dude. 2 damn hours of closing arguments? That's a long time. That is a long damn time.
In this case, likely to give their closing arguments this afternoon. But there you see him in his red tie, his blue jacket, looking pretty solemn and serious with his hands crossed in front of him as we get this quick pool spray before those closing arguments actually get underway. What do you see, Barb, as the strongest defense here after watching and reporting out the past few months of trial?
Yeah, I imagine they will come back with some of the same arguments that we heard during the trial, which is that the Trump properties are valued far in excess of what their ordinary market value would be because of the Trump brand, and brands are...
That's part of it too, but it's way beyond what they said. They gave their estimated value, and just the market itself dictates that it's way beyond what they said. Fuck out of here.
Difficult to quantify. And so when you add that, then they acted in good faith when they represented the values of these properties. I don't know that those arguments are going to carry the day, but I think those are the best arguments.
There's the Attorney General, Letitia James, too.
Look at this bitch right here. Have you ever seen the camera go panning across the fucking audience in a courtroom like that? It's like a WWF match or something.
To quantify. And so when you add that, then they acted in good faith.
Here goes all the cameras going across.
Represented the values of these
They're all
properties.
doing it. They're all following their shit going across, getting up out of there.
I don't know that those arguments are going to carry the day.
Look at this bitch. Big old stupid look on her face.
But I think those are the...
Look at that dumbass look on her face. You heifer. This little hussy with a mask on next to her, too. Bunch of fucking weirdos in here.
Best arguments.
There's the Attorney
Looking right at the camera, excited. Yep.
General, Letitia James, too, has...
Towel off that seat when she gets up. You know she's excited as fuck.
She's in the courtroom,
Nasty
not
bitch.
expected to be the one delivering the closing argument, though.
Wretched little skank.
Barbara, we're looking at these live images right now.
Yeah, so Melania's mom died too. R.I.P. to that young lady. And Trump tried to get his lawyers to postpone their closing arguments, but the judge said, man, fuck that. Fuck her death. Fuck you. Fuck your family. We got fish to fry up in here. Get your ass in here. Make your little pathetic argument so I can railroad your ass. All this shit will be cleared up on appeal, but they got to go through the whole motions. Bunch of weirdos. See if I can get this on screen. Oh, this is the instant bestseller, Sonia. Oh, wow. Get this on screen so we can all partake in this madness. Woo. Isn't this from, Michael Fanoe? How do you say his name? Fan1? Michael Fan1? Fanoni? Depending on what type of the area of the country or the world you come from, you're going to pronounce that in lots of different ways. All right, here we go. Sonia, can you give me a picture of this gentleman too so I can put it up here while we're doing this? Please and thank you. Or do you have a picture of him on here already? About the author. Oh, Fanone. I don't know how the hell he even pronounce his damn name. Fanone. Sonia says, I'm sorry, Latina says, I heard from the San Francisco radio area this evening they were calling POTUS genocidal and Trump a fascist. When are they not calling him that? That'd have been the real news report. They're trying to push Get Out to vote again. Yeah. I mean, shit's getting about to get turned up in here. Turned up in this piece. Let's get this thing rolling. So this was from the cop that was on the Capitol with the tattoos. He looked like a damn convict to me, but hey, anybody can be an actor nowadays.
Instant New York bestseller. 'Cause I can get this on screen so we can all partake in this madness. Woo. Isn't this from, the instant bestseller. 'Cause I can get this on screen so we can all partake in this madness. Woo.
'Cause I can get this on screen so we can all partake in this madness.
Instant New York bestseller. New York Times bestseller, excuse me. Let's make sure we get this absolutely correct. The urgent warning about growing threat to our democracy from turning a 20-year police veteran and former Trump supporter.
Former Trump supporter, they always say that. Even his own people are turning against him.
Even his own people are turning against him. He's nothing but trouble. He betrays people left and right. The former Trump supporter who nearly lost his life during the insurrection of January 6th, when Michael Fanone self-deployed to the Capitol. Can you self-deploy? Don't you gotta have orders, or you just take it amongst yourself to do whatever the fuck you want to? Anyway, he self-deployed himself to the Capitol on January 6, 2021. He had no idea his life was about to change. Is this a Spider-Man comic? Is this the origin of Capitol Man? Is this what this is? When he got to the front of the line, he urged his fellow officers to hold it against a crowd of insurrectionists. He found himself pulled into the mob, tased until he had a heart attack. Who tased him? Did his own people tase him, or were other people in the crowd? Did they have tasers too? That's one thing I never heard. This is news to me. The crowd in January 6th had tasers. He had a heart attack and was viciously beaten with a Blue Lives Matter flag, and shouts to kill him rang out. Now Fanone is ready to tell me the full story of that fateful day, along with the exploring of our country's most critical issues. As someone who has first-hand experience with many of them, a self-described redneck who voted for Trump in 2016, you some bitch. Fanone's close friend was an informant, a black transgender HIV positive woman who has helped him mature and rethink his methods as a police officer. How did she do that? With his unique insight as an undercover detective, an intense desire to do the right thing, no matter the cost, Fanone provides a nuanced look into everything from policing to race to politics in a way that is accessible across all party lines. Determined to make sure no one forgets what happened at the Capitol on January 6th, Fanone has written a timely call to action for anyone who wants to preserve our democracy for future generations. Aw, shit, here's the reviews now. Here's a review from John Fetterman. Hero American, a true a true American hetero. A hero American true man. You know, whatever it's supposed to say. Officer Michael Fanone. Oh, this one's from Fancy Nancy Pelosi. Officer Michael Fanone is an American hero who courageously answered his nation's call on January 6th to protect the Capitol, the Congress, and the Constitution against a terrorist insurrection. In his new memoir, Hold the Line, Officer Fanone shares his powerful story with that of that terrible day at the Capitol, when he faced an unimaginable horror, a brutality that left him with indelible trauma and physical scars. This timely book offers a stark message A stark message for this uncertain moment, making crystal clear the urgency and importance of defending our precious democracy. Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the United States of Representatives. And then Sean Penn. Oh, I can't wait to see what Sean Penn says. I wish I done had Hold the Line will require reading for every American. Mike Fanone is a rare voice and witness to the ongoing crippling of our Constitution. His courage in battle on January 6th, get the fuck out of here, is matched only by his relentless commitment to tell his story from the inside out. Mike's seemingly tough-hewn melody of character and words catch us by surprise in their straight-shooting clarity and knowledge. If bravery could be taught, Mike would be one hell of a professor. Sean Penn, actor, Academy Award-winning actor, excuse the hell out of me, oh my god, author and activist, aka fucking retard.
Boom, there you go. Oh, we got more? Oh my freaking god. We got more. Kirkus? Who the hell is Kirkus? Kirkus? I skipped a whole line. Where did I skip, Sonia? What was the line that I skipped? Okay, I got it. Disregard. Okay. We're back on track. Hit these comments before I go further. Crank it up, crank it up. All right, let me get back to it here. We got the Kirkus. Yeah, who the fuck is Kirkus? It's Kirkus right here.
Kirkus? More like ridiculous. What the heck kind of name is that? Dedicated, profane, and quick-witted. It's clear Fanone strikes fear among the Republican legislators for whom he protected on that frightening day. Kevin McCarthy comes in for a shell-licking early on, so weak that he effectively admitted, I can't control my fringe members, adds Fanone. In public, McCarthy praised the police. Behind closed doors, he really didn't give a shit. Excuse me? He didn't really give a shit. Can't be cussing on my show, man. Only I get to do that. Fanone is afraid to name names from Trump, who, after 3 hours, sent a tweet to the rioters to ask for an end to the violence. Fanone said, too little, too late. Hall. To the MAGA hat wearing loser who electrocuted me with a stun gun. Fanone's closing thoughts on police reform will be of interest to activists everywhere. Justifiably angry and an important addition to the growing literature around the chaotic last days of the Trump regime. Kirkus. Who the fuck is Kirkus? Lieutenant Colonel, retired Alexander Vindman. Oh, Vindman? Come on, man. I admire Officer Fanone and consider him a brother in arms, especially in defense of our democracy. They love to defend the democracy. They live for it. The constitutional republic, you monkeys. His experience resonates with me deeply. A plain-spoken and direct public servant who didn't flinch when challenged with his life on the line. You don't have to guess where we stand on our country, for our country. Michael Fanone deserves the nation's gratitude. Sadly, that's not what he's always gotten. The Washington Post. In Hold the Line. Oh, shit. Oh, Donnie Lemon. Donna Lemon. In Hold the Line, Michael Fanone speaks even more bluntly than he does on TV about the Capitol insurrection. Trump's culpability, and another key issue of our time, policing. Our conversations have moved me, and I'm proud to call Mike a friend. His courage and insight extended well beyond January 6th, and Mike's message is profoundly American. No one is above the law.
Did y'all know Don Lemon's got a new show about to come out on X exclusively? And if I remember correctly, I'd have to go look and find the footage of the shit because I may just be talking out of sorts, but I'm pretty fucking sure that Don Lemon was talking that shit when Tucker Carlson got fired from Fox News and he started his show on X. Everybody was dogging it, said he couldn't get shit, he ain't doing nothing. Now he's on a little internet platform not doing nothing. Now this motherfucker's fired and he's gonna do the same damn thing. My, how the tables have turned.
Let's get back to this shit about the author. This is the most exciting part of the whole story right here, to find out who this genius was. Michael Fanone served as a Metropolitan Police Department officer assigned to the 1st District for 20 years, working briefly as a patrol officer, and then spending the majority of his career as a vice investigator in various small mission units. Fanone participated in over 2,000 arrests for violent crimes and narcotics trafficking, served as a special task force officer for the FBI, ATF, and DEA, and earned more than 36 commendations for his work. Fanone currently serves as an analyst for CNN. Of course he does. A security consultant and a firearms instructor. He lives in Alexandria, Virginia. John Schiffman, an investigative reporter for Reuters and 2-time finalist for the Pulitzer Prize. He lives in Washington, D.C. Fuck that guy. Fuck Fanone.
Weirdo. Yeah, speaking of CNN people, everybody's saying that Chris Christie will probably be the next one going over there since he dropped out now. Yeah, those reviews are fucking retarded too. And what I deemed from that whole last paragraph, how they praised him of being a decorated special task force officer, FBI, ATF, DEA, that means he's a cops cop. Don't y'all want to defund that guy? Ain't he got a record of beating people's ass and arresting people over and over and over again? People that were on drugs that they just lost their way in life. He prosecuted and probably beat the fuck out of some people too, allegedly. Who knows? When you're policing those drug folks, things might get out of hand sometimes. His daddy was some big lawyer. I see this. See that his wiki has been cleaned up since I last saw it. Yeah. Dude, Wikipedia is so retarded. They can change anything at a moment's notice. Dumb. Yeah, I don't see that working out well for Lamont either. It's going to be funny to watch, though, because he said in his little introduction that, well, it was just a tweet about it, that he won't have no restrictions now. So whatever censored version of Don Lemon that we got last time, he's going to be unchained. Don Lemon unchained. Let's see what he's got to offer when the shit goes down. Yeah, I mean, trust fund baby went to Georgetown Prep. His daddy was a big time lawyer. Yeah. Let's see, let's get back to this madness. Let me scroll back down to where I was. Actually, before we get too far, let's do this one.
Samaj,
Ma'am,
what are you doing?
wash the dishes. I just taking a picture of me.
I'm not taking a picture of you, but you making a mess. You got water everywhere.
You got shoes on, though?
I got shoes on, though. What that mean?
So, go there and clean it up.
Maj,
Ma'am.
Samaj,
Ma'am,
what are you
Ma'am.
doing?
wash the dishes.
He's so cute. Ma'am.
I just taking a picture of me.
I'm not taking a picture.
Why are you taking a picture of me? So why you getting water on the floor? Where you got shoes though?
You, but you making a mess. You got water everywhere.
You got shoes on, though?
I got shoes on, though. What that mean?
So, go there and clean it up.
Go over there and clean it up. So funny. That was a longer clip of that kid. I wish I could find that. He was funny. Doing the dishes, helping his mom out. He got a little water on the floor, but that's okay. It can be cleaned up. I never was a parent that got flipped out about something that got spilled or something that water involved in the house or something. Like, dude, that shit can be cleaned up easy. It's not a big deal. Accidents happen. Kids can be kids. No big deal. Check this shit out too. I don't know how accurate this is, but this is the NASA headquarters, allegedly. Somebody snuck a camera in 2023 in here. And they got all these cars from like the 60s and 70s in here. Badass cars, but I don't know why they would all be at NASA. Did they have a car show the next day and everybody just came and parked their shit? I don't know. These all employees' cars or... And people were saying in the comments they're ready for EMPs in case any kind of weird shit goes on because they know more than we know. But I mean, this one has NASA security on it. It's old as hell vehicle. Old school wagon. Looks like a Dodge probably. But they're all old school. Look at all these old school cars and trucks. They're not pristine in any way. But they got NASA stickers on them and shit. I have no idea why, but I just thought that was weird. Cool ass cars and trucks though. I love those old trucks like that. Being potato. Let's keep this thing rolling here. I definitely appreciate y'all being here. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, do all that fun stuff for me. All right, check that shit out now. January 10th, police in Papua New Guinea's capital went on strike. Immediately, people started mass looting, rioting, and setting buildings on fire in scenes similar to the BLM riots. At least 15 were killed, and a state of emergency has now been declared. Shout out to Andy No for this story. Posing with the shit that you just looted. I got me my soda. That's all I want is a drink. And you want to talk about some motherfuckers starving? These motherfuckers are starving right here, son. So what would you do if they said here in the United States, if they said, you know what, y'all want to defund the police, everybody wants to beat the hell out of us and treat us like crap, accuse us of murder when we trying to take care of business, fuck it, we all quit, everybody's just gonna strike, done. How long do you think it would take before shit devolves into this? Devolved. So it's pretty much martial law up in that bitch. I mean, how long will it take? We got full force police around here and they still do shit like that. They don't care about cops. Crazy as hell. All right, you guys remember the super criminal that jumped over the fucking and jumped onto the judge's bench area? Well, he got some charges put on his ass, and the judge threw the book at him.
Mr. Redden, have you been given a copy of the criminal complaint this morning?
Yes, I have been given one.
You're being charged with count 1, attempt murder, victim 60 years of age or older, a felony. Count 2, battery on a protected person resulting in substantial bodily harm, victim 60 years of age or older, a felony. Count 3, extortion by threat, a felony. Count 4, intimidating a public officer, a felony. Count 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all battery on an officer, the same named victim. Oh, and by the way, I do not know any of the other victims named in the criminal complaint. Those are all felony offenses. Count 10, performance of act or neglect of duty and willful or wanton disregard of safety or persons of property resulting in substantial bodily harm or death, a felony. Battery on a protected person, count 11, that's a gross misdemeanor offense. Count 12, battery by a prisoner, a felony. Count 13, unlawful act related to human excrement or bodily fluid, a felony. All allegedly occurring on January 3rd of 2024. Do you understand these charges?
Yes, I understand.
Oh, she threw. And from what I heard, he got like 35 years, 30 plus years for sure on all that shit that he got, plus his old charges. And I'll show you the photos here when I get down to it. But he came out there. That was just where he had a regular.
Mr. Redden, have you been given a...
He just had a regular mask on right there. In that situation. But the first time they brought him out, he was in an orange suit and they had a spit mask on him and shit, shackled and everything, so he wasn't going nowhere. He don't look tough as fuck now. They always look really fucking tough when they got him in there without no shackles and shit and they could just run and jump and do whatever they want to. They look very different when they're shackled down. Yep, no more jumping for him. He's done. Done. Why were they trying to over punish him? No, they were racking up. He racked up his own charges. He was already in there for some other shit, and he was on probation, and they revoked his probation. And he's like, "Oh hell no! Boom! I ain't going back to jail." But yeah, you are. Express train right to that motherfucker. Idiot. He could have did anything other than that. Let's watch this video. This lady is just walking down the street and a fucking bird comes out of nowhere and tries to pull her fucking eyeball out. Look at that. Slow motion. In her eye. Pocket? I don't know what the fuck you would call that. Didn't take it out, but in there, son. Half that beak is down inside there. She just making a video for Instagram or TikTok or some shit, and here he comes. Boom. You want 1 million hits? I got it. I got you. Careful what you ask for, I guess. Let's watch this shit. Watch Trump handle this reporter right here as he tries to... I hate when these reporters try to say some random weird shit and nobody ever calls them on it, but Trump calls them on it every damn time.
illegal immigrants. I'm talking about illegal immigrants. I'm not talking about immigrants. I'm talking about illegal immigrants.
Pew Research says that there are, for immigrants on the whole,
Come on, try getting it out. Try getting it out. I mean, I don't know if you can put this on television, but you don't even know what you're talking about. Try getting it out. Go ahead. You're a very naive person. Illegal immigrants.
Can't even get it out. Trying to sit here and lie some dumb shit. And and he's like, come on, go ahead. Make yourself look fucking retarded. Go ahead. Dumb. Idiots. All right. What about some redemption? You want some redemption? Breaking news. Shout out to Laura Loomer. She's got all the receipts. I don't know how this woman is anywhere and everywhere at the same time. She's like Visa and MasterCard, everywhere you want to be. Breaking, a complaint has been filed by the people of Colorado against disgraced sellout lawyer Jenna Ellis, who was flipped to be one of Fani Willis's witnesses against Trump in Fulton County, Georgia. If you recall, Ellis scammed and stole $220,000 in donations from Trump supporters with the promise that she would fight her indictment. But instead, she's now working with Fani Willis to take Trump down. So if I remember correctly, she had a GoFundMe or some shit where that's what her whole premise was, like, or she set up a donation fund where people could help her with her legal fund because she was going to help defend Trump. But then she turned her back on him. Jenna Ellis is now facing disbarment, amongst other things, and has been laid out in this new complaint. The complaint accuses Ellis of violating rules that prohibit attorneys from being convicted of felonies, committing crimes, engaging in professional conduct involving dishonesty, fraud, deceit, or misrepresentation, and aiding and abetting false statements. And here's the complaint right here. Yeah, so she's got the receipts. So keep an eye on that. Let's see how that goes. That's going to be so funny, though. Because she raised that shit on that premise, and if she ain't doing it with that money, then that's fraud, isn't it? Yeah, she's a total idiot. Wolverine says, see, she turned her back and she's still going to lose it, dummy. Yeah, I mean, she got up there and sang like a little canary, crying like a bitch the whole time. I guess it's better than living in Canada, I guess, where if you got your package stolen off your fucking front porch and you posted that video online, you might get in trouble for it from the cops.
Provincial police are urging Quebecers to not post those clips online because they say there could be a case for defamation.
You cannot post the images yourself because you have to remember that in Canada we have a presumption of innocence. And posting that picture could be a violation of private life.
Instead, he says if anything is stolen, call 911.
If you get some proof that somebody might have stolen something, then call the police, give the proof to the police, and then we'll do the investigation. We'll bring that person to justice and we'll file some charges.
Provincial police are urging Quebecers to not post those clips online because they say there could be a case for defamation.
You cannot post the images.
So you get a defamation case if you post the pictures or video of somebody stealing the packages. Your property off your property. Get the fuck out of here. Why don't you prosecute these goddamn criminals and there wouldn't even be a case? How about that? They got to have a smart attorney when they're dealing with this shit. Your client, Mr. Defense over there, started this whole shit. If he never would have came on my client's property and stole my client's property, his picture would have never been out there. So it's his fault. Prosecute these criminals and they wouldn't be doing the shit. Idiots. Yeah, defamation for posting the truth. Fucking retarded, dude. I mean, how many times can you say it? Retarded. Blame Canada. Exactly. It's not even a real country anyway. It's more like the backwoods. But it's the United States hat. You know what I mean? Let's watch this crazy ass scene here. This is from. I don't know the exact city yet. We'll have to figure it out. Let's watch the video first, and I'll elaborate on the story. Graphic video warning. I'll put this warning on the screen right quick for her. Graphic video warning. So these people are in the white truck going to come barreling down this road here, and the police, they're in the middle of a high-speed chase. There are cops right here at this intersection stopping off all the rest of the traffic for coming through.
Right here, go right here.
Whoa.
Damn, he just fucking took them out.
That was a police car that he hit.
Let me leave this motherfucker right now. That was crazy. Oh, they busting. Oh, they busting.
Everybody running like hell. Better watch it again. Boom.
Damn.
Dude, that was a huge impact. I'm surprised that bitch didn't catch on fire. Let's watch this again. So there are police officers here. And then there's a cop right here on the other side of this. That's who he hits head on with this big ass truck. Boom. He launches that beast. And you can imagine he hit the front of that thing. So the radiator's there. So that a lot of that liquid is probably from the radiator. The big truck's radiator itself. Its gas tank, though, is right about this section. And unless he's got some type of they have like a big scrape guard, a big metal scrape guard to help cushion that fucking fuel tank from getting ruptured. But a lot of them have plastic fuel tanks nowadays. I'm surprised all that wasn't airborne fuel, and a spark is all you need to catch that bitch straight up on fire. And then here we go. Cops gonna roll up. Here they come. You see them rolling up. Boom, jumping out. And they just gonna let this fool have it.
That was crazy. Oh, they busting.
Oh, they busting. Run like hell. Yeah, we're going to read the whole article here in just a second. Latina, she's asking what happened to the person in the car. We're going to read the story. Okay, this was Dayton, Ohio. Dayton, Ohio. The police ID a suspect and released new details in the pursuit that led to a crash and a shooting in Dayton. Get this beast on screen.
Crash, shots fired, and an officer and the suspect all being rushed to the hospital.
Yeah, learning more now about the man accused of firing at police before crashing head-on into that Trotwood police cruiser. Here's that video again, just wild. As WLWT News 5's Karen Johnson has been leading the way on the story. She joins us again, has new information about the suspect's ties here to northern Kentucky. Karen?
Well, hey guys, yes, he has been identified as 54-year-old James Michael Skirvin. While currently living in Florida, records show he and his family spent most of their lives in northern Kentucky. Today, Dayton's police chief did not say how serious Skirvin's injuries are, but says his condition is listed as stable. We've shown you how it ended. with James Skirvin crashing his truck into a Trotwood police officer's cruiser, landing on top of the car, followed by shots fired. Dayton's police chief said today 13 officers from 3 agencies, Dayton, Trotwood, and the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, fired their weapons at Skirvin's truck.
He is currently listed in stable condition, being treated for injuries he received from the crash and gunshot wounds.
About 20 minutes before the crash, Skirvin is accused of deliberately driving his truck into his daughter, who was sitting on a bench outside a Trotwood mobile home park.
So he ran his vehicle into his daughter, and that's what started the whole police chase.
When first responders arrived, they say Skirvin pointed a long gun at them. That sparked the chase.
Okay, so he hit his daughter, and then when the responders came to help her, he pointed his gun at them, and they were like, oh, hell no, get him. So the cops chased his ass.
The subject does have a weapon pointed out the window.
Skirvin led officers onto US 35.
He's wanting suicide by cop. He's wanting suicide by cop. This is coming from his brother.
This video just released to us shows an officer throwing stop sticks, and you could hear what police believe was a shotgun being fired.
He's got a shotgun and a high-powered rifle in the vehicle.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Hands the gun out the window! Shots fired!
At least one officer fired back during the chase before this.
Hello? Dude.
And police say they did
Wow.
recover 2 weapons, including a long gun. It's not clear what led to the violence Monday morning against his daughter. Police do say before this, Skirvin did not have any criminal record. Karen Johnson, WLWT News 5.
Karen, thanks a lot. As we previously told you, that Trotwood officer is expected to recover. Aside from that, the chief has not released his name or any other details about the injuries.
Wow. That's crazy as hell, dude. Crazy. Yeah, so the officer is fine, which is amazing. That's a damn miracle. Yes, you saw him shooting people with what happened that led up to it. Yeah, he ran over his daughter with the vehicle for some reason. They didn't even say what led up to that issue. Some type of domestic shit. They were in a trailer park, so fill in the blanks on that shit. Laughing Dog says, I'm here because Latina said there's snacks and possibly sandwiches. Oh shit, I forgot them. Sandwiches and the snacks. If you got some, share with the class. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Let's keep this train rolling here. Okay, we got that one already. Ah, hell. Let's watch this shit. Jasmine Crockett again. Giving everybody the business on the Senate floor today. In Congress, sorry. At the hearing for Hunter for contempt of Congress, he actually showed up and then left the scene. It was funny as hell. Like, what? Before MTG even started her shit, Marjorie Taylor Greene, before she started her questioning, he got up and walked up out of that bitch. So here's her trying to defend Hunter Biden.
Let me tell you why nobody wants to talk to y'all behind closed doors, because y'all lie. That's just the bottom line. You have done it thus far in this investigation. You have done it this far as it relates to this committee. In every single hearing, y'all spin, spin, spin. I don't know how y'all are still standing right now, because you should be quite dizzy from all the spinning that you're constantly doing when it comes to spinning the truth. You talk about free and fair elections, but you back a guy who we know tried to steal the election. And this isn't about what Democrats have to say. Let me remind you, for those of you that don't know how the justice system works, it's not a matter of the president went in and indicted Trump, but we are talking about grand juries. Grand juries are comprised of American citizens, and the people that have entered pleas of guilty.
Okay, if she's talking about grand juries, didn't a grand jury want to convict Hunter Biden, or at least get him up there for questions with all the shit they seen on the laptop? I don't know.
That will be flipping on your leader in a minute, they are Republicans. I do want to point that out. And half of them were Republicans that were handpicked by Donald Trump himself. So, to be clear.
See, that's what I was telling y'all. When somebody is a traitor to Trump, they'll always pull it out there saying, see, that's your boy. He picked him himself. That's the one that he picked. So everybody needs to shut the fuck up. Instead of just saying, oh, they some traitors.
Whatever happens to your little leader, it's going to be because of the actions that he took. So you can talk all you want to about how January 6th was nonsense, but all of y'all were running at that time. Y'all were grabbing y'all's gas masks and y'all were running to your offices because you didn't know if they were coming to kill you. You should have cared that somebody was there to protect you, but instead you want to play games because you found out that it was your leader that decided that he wanted to propagate an insurrection on our country. So don't tell me that you care about the Constitution, because you don't. All you care about is Trump getting reelected, and I'll yield the last of my time. Let me tell you.
What the hell did it have to do with Hunter Biden? You tell me. She was more TDS bullshit, more talking about Trump. He wasn't even the subject. Hunter Biden is the subject of this case, bitch. But she did have a point right there at the end talking about how they all running and hiding like some little hoes. Yeah, all y'all little bitches was running and hiding, but they want to talk all that shit. Yeah, she's a little sassy.
If money is evil, then that building is hell. This is the most obnoxious group of money-hungry, low IQ, high energy, jackrabbit, fucking wannabe, big-time, small-time, shit-talking, bothersome, irritating bunch of motherfuckers I have ever had to endure for more than 5 minutes.
I couldn't have said it any better myself, sir. Exactly. Check this shit out, though. Would you guys buy one of these? When they hit the market, y'all gonna get one? Who's got one? Can't play this stupid-ass music, though. We're just gonna watch this guy fly through the sky like a bird. Like a bird. Dude, that'd be awesome as hell, but the landing or a crash, death. We ain't birds, you know what I'm saying? There's two places in this world that humans were never meant to be, is in the air and in the water. If that was meant to be that way, we'd have wings. And if we were meant to be in the water, we'd have gills. Only technology lets us be in these areas. And when that shit fails, you realize real quick how small you are in the world. What up? Noel Garcia's in the house. I'd have one. I wouldn't want to crash it, though. I wonder how much that shit costs. $5 million? $5 billion probably nowadays. Check this shit out. OnlyFannies. Who got that OnlyFannies membership? I don't know who made that meme, but I salute you, sir. Or madam. Oh, yeah, check this shit out. We were talking earlier about how Trump can handle these reporters. Vivek can handle these motherfuckers pretty good too. This is another one from Laura Loomer inside the Iowa State Capitol for no eminent domain for private gain protest and press conference hosted by Vivek. Climate change protesters disrupted him while he was speaking. He offered the mic for 60 seconds to make their point, and then he did a rebuttal. So let's watch him handle these motherfuckers. They're all in there to protest, and he's like, look, you got something to say? I'll let you say it. But you got to let me rebuttal, and we're going to keep moving forward.
Olivia, I'm going to give you the microphone for 60 seconds. I'm going to let you make your point. The deal is you're going to let me respond to it, be respectful to everybody else who's here. Are you going to agree to this deal? Okay, if you pledge to agree to that deal, I'm going to give you the mic and you get to ask your question for 60 seconds and I'm going to address it.
Rebecca Swamy has said multiple times that the climate change agenda is a hoax. But I'm from Cambodia. I have seen it destroy my country, the famines, the droughts. He thinks you're all stupid. He's lying to you. Look at each one of his facts. Look at it all. They're all funded by fossil fuel agenda. You need to understand that this man thinks you're stupid. He thinks that he can lie to you and get away with it. But he can't. Because fossil fuels are destroying my future. They're destroying your future. How can you look at your children in their eyes and tell them that you are killing their future? I'm seeing it happen all across America. I'm seeing it happen here. And it's happened to my country in Cambodia. Will you oppose all pipelines, regardless of type?
You had your chance to ask a question, and that's what makes this country beautiful. We agree on free speech and open debate. She has the right to speak her mind. And any opinion is fair game in the United States of America. Now, for my part, I disagree with your opinion. I think that the climate change agenda absolutely is a hoax because it has nothing to do with the climate. I'm going to state some hard facts. You know who my biggest donor is? My biggest donor is me, so I don't report to anybody else. No, we made a deal. We made a deal, we're going to keep the deal. 98% reduction in the climate disaster-related death rate in the last century. That's a hard fact. There's more green surface area around the earth today than there was a century ago because carbon dioxide is plant food. That's the real carbon capture of how our earth actually.
That's one thing I think these climate retards forget is carbon dioxide is plant food, dum-dums. Don't y'all motherfuckers understand how science works? It's science, Lindsay. I need to get that clip too. I got it on my phone somewhere. Grab that beast right quick. Better do it while I'm thinking about it. Climate change. So stupid. Then they get upset when he tells them the truth. You're saying it's a hoax. Well, it is.
That's just science, Lindsay.
That's just science, Lindsay. You got me? That's just science. Let's keep going. Check out this New York Post article. I'm sorry, the headline on this beast. Son of Anarchy. Chaos as Hunter Biden crashes his contempt hearing, then flees after being called out. And AOC got up there talking about, at least he was here. Y'all always want him to come here, and now he came here, and nobody wants him to be here. Da-da-da-da. Like, bitch, please. They asked him to be there. He didn't want to show up. They're going to charge him with contempt of Congress, which will never happen. It's all bullshit. We'll get to all that here in just a second. Nothing's in order on this show. You already know that. Let's see what Charlatan the Fraud's got to say about Joe Biden now.
You made some waves in a recent interview saying that you regret endorsing Joe Biden. Why?
It's not that I regret endorsing Joe Biden. It's just that, I think that we all can get burned, by politicians. Because when I say endorsing, I put my name and my reputation on the line with my listeners. And when my listeners feel like he didn't deliver, they come back to me and they say, hey, man, you're the one who told us to vote for, Joe Biden. You're the one who told us to vote for Kamala Harris. So, I care about my listeners and what my listeners think. But I do want to say that, I think President Biden historically has been a lack of a better word, a shitty elected official. But, Donald Trump is the end of democracy as we know it.
So you'd vote for Biden again?
I'm not saying either or, but I think, since y'all ask answers, because that's what y'all do on CNN, you like to ask answers, like you ask. What I say is you asked is if Donald Trump was black, would he get locked up? You know the answer to that.
But I mean,
right?
I don't know so you are going to vote for Joe Biden?
I think it's simple and plain. Like, if you, Donald Trump is.
How come Charlemagne ain't locked up yet? He talks about how everybody's hunted by the popos and it's hard to be a black man out there. You can't do nothing. When's this motherfucker going to jail?
The end of democracy as we know it. I don't know what to tell people. And I know it sounds, when you say that now in 2024, you've heard it so much because every time, there's a Republican candidate, people say, oh, it's the end of democracy. He's the, people go so far as to say, oh, he's the Antichrist. But this is one of those times where, it really actually positively is true.
See, they believe this shit. Or they want you to believe it. Or they want the normie stupids to believe it. And if you believe anything that Charlatan the Fraud says, then I'm so sorry for you. Noel says, Charlemagne's still recovering from Biden's "you ain't black" remark. Exactly. Dude, if the fact that he didn't flip the script and flip that fucking table over and say, listen, motherfucker, let me tell you something right now, at that fucking moment told me that he was compromised. Because I don't give a damn if you was the president or not. You talk that shit to me, I'm going to put you in your fucking place. But I ain't Charlatan the Fraud, so who am I? Bunch of crybabies. Let's check out some of these memes, though. Y'all seen the tunnels in New York? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Then they had another one. True Craft, the Telemud edition. Quiet as it's kept. You can't talk about those things. Mexican cartels. Here's another one. Can't play the music though. Mexican cartels using tunnels to smuggle dope. New York Jews using tunnels to smuggle. Allegedly. Dude, you can't even talk about it. Oh shit. So funny. Oh shit, let's watch this one. I'll read this article, sorry. I will check that in 1 second, Sonia. Breaking news, the man who has been filing lawsuits in every state to get Donald Trump removed from the 2024 election ballot has been arrested and charged with filing 17 sets of false tax documents to the IRS. Oh boy. In total, John Anthony Castro has been charged with 33 counts of aiding the preparation of false tax returns. Prosecutors claim he ran a virtual tax preparation business that provided customers with tax returns beyond what they were actually owed, defrauding the government. Castro announced his campaign for president in the Republican primary, which was clearly all for show in order to keep for the deep state to use him as a vehicle to file the ballot lawsuits, all of which have failed. You literally cannot make this up. This guy told judges Donald Trump was a criminal, then when in actuality he was the criminal. So there's the guy here. Arrested. Bye-bye. Peace out, dum-dum. See what Sonya's got. Open that in a new tab there. Hang on one second. Okay, here was the here's the Hold the Line guy. This was the guy for the Michael Fanone. He's the guy, The Battle for America's Soul. That was the guy whose book I was reading earlier. Excerpts from it. Excerpts from the book. There's another one from Sonya about Homeboy's book.
Excuse me, Hunter.
I'm sorry, no, this was about the Hunter's trial here when he got up and left, and MTG was like, "What the fuck? Where you going?" Shout out to Kevin's Corner.
Apparently, you're afraid of my words. Whoa! Oh, I'd like to reclaim my time, Mr. Chairman.
Where you going?
Burst their bubble.
I'm leaving on the next plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Kiss me, buy some crack for me. So now the prodigal son leaves again, y'all. He popped up in that bad boy like I'm home, Dad. Oh, wait, nope. I just need some money for some crack. I'm out. So now where's he going? Yeah. Why aren't those Democrats saying, Hunter, come back? I just got up here on national TV and embarrassed myself by saying, look, he's right there. Y'all want to ask him some questions? Let's do it. And they did. And Hunter fled.
Wow, that's too bad.
Look at the chairman. Look at the chairman. He's deep down on the inside. He's loving it. You seem like, let's move on with the, I love it too. Because now that revealed that these people are nothing but about games. This is the difference. Even as a conservative that follows this stuff, I have all types of knowledge and information and facts and references in my head that I don't need to prep for because I'm observing all of this. I follow it. And I recognize all of the corruption, all of the hypocrisy, all of this stuff is burned into my mind. So if I'm hit with a spontaneous situation where they're like, okay, let's have a debate. Or if Hunter walked in right now and they say, Kev, are you prepared to ask Hunter some questions about his involvement in this? I'll be like, yep. See, that's the difference. I don't need to make it up like Democrats do. I don't have to sit back in a think tank and say, all right, how are we going to go after Trump? All right, how are we going to concoction this? But me and Marge and probably many of those other conservatives out there in this hearing probably is going, well, I know enough about Hunter's corruption and all of this stuff to go ahead and say, well, let's do it. Let's do it then. So now Marge Taylor Greene is like, oh, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. And Hunter's like, I'm out.
I'm out, motherfuckers. Shout out to Kevin's Corner over there. That's funny. Yeah, he bolted up out of that bitch. Gone. We'll get to all that in here in just a minute. All right, let's go to this one right quick. We'll get to all that Hunter Biden shit here soon. Collierville, Tennessee. Another story about Moms for Liberty. I don't know what the fuck they're doing or what they got going on here, but Mamas for Liberty backed school board member. So they're throwing their name in it. Moms for Liberty backed this school board member. Her name is Carrie Blair. She resigns 13 months after being elected following $728 worth of shoplifting charges from Target after 7 total offenses. You see there, citing personal family reasons. What's up, Alien? What's going on, man? Good to have you here. According to the school board, this comes after she was arrested and charged on Friday, January the 5th, on 7 counts of property theft from Collierville Target, according to the Collierville Police Department. And she stole merchandise by skip scanning the items at the self-checkout. Total value of the merchandise was $728. This bitch can't afford $728? Now you're off the fucking school board, idiot. And Moms of Liberty didn't have nothing to do with it other than they backed her to be the school board member. But they got to throw her name in there because, hey, look at how their decision making. Well, they didn't have nothing to do with it. Let's go to Oakland, California. Oakland, California business owner forced to take matters into his own hands after he got a busy signal from when he called 911. Wow, how would you feel if you called 911 and that shit was busy? As thugs broke into his store. Oakland is like a third world country after the store owner Sam Jibril realized the police would no help. Let's see. He drove his truck over to his store to stop the burglars. He said, I took my truck and pushed their cars, he said. Jabril's efforts stopped the thugs from causing more damage to his store. In October, his store was robbed and burglars walked away with $130,000 in cash and merchandise. God damn. $130,000? Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. $130,000, god damn. And merchandise and sales in one day, one hit. All right. Jabril says he is over the lawlessness and will shoot and kill them next time if he has to. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He says, I'm well armed, legally armed, and I promise you, somebody step foot, try to do something, I will kill them. Because the city won't do anything about it, I will do something about it. There's no other choice for me to do. Let's watch the footage.
There is no law and order in this town. The criminals running the show.
Oakland business owner Sam Jibril says he's had enough. His Montclair gas station was hit by armed thieves overnight, despite the steel doors and locks he installed to try to stop them. The bad guys brought power tools to cut through.
They cut the locks. They have the tool to cut the locks. They went inside. They caused so much damage.
After calling 911 and getting a busy signal, Jibril drove to his store himself and used his truck to try to stop the crooks. He stopped them from getting away with even more merchandise.
I took my truck. I pushed their cars, was parking that on the front of the store, and they came out.
These are organized criminals. This is organized crime.
Daniel Swafford is the executive director of the Montclair and Laurel District Business Associations. He says it's the 6th area business hit in the past week. In many cases, surveillance cameras capturing them in action.
Having this brazen sense of they can do whatever they want, anytime they want, and businesses are reeling from it.
We just need to live safe. We need to live without fear, to do business.
Wahid Al-Saidi's auto shop was targeted a few months ago. He says crime in Oakland is completely out of control.
It's arising, unbelievable. Why it's arising, we don't know. We need to see some solution. We just want to see some peace.
Jabrill's High Street gas station was broke into just last October. The bad guys used a car to break in that time, making off with more than $130,000 in cash and merchandise. He says if the city won't act, he'll have to.
Wow.
The crooks strike again.
Dude, these motherfuckers gonna pulled up with a fucking U-Haul. Gonna take all your shit. Relocation sale.
If the crooks strike again.
Shoot them. I'm well armed, legally armed. And I promise you, somebody step foot, try to do something, I will kill him. Because the city won't do anything about it. I will do something about it. There's no other choice for me to do.
Yep. I mean, what do you do when the cops don't help you, the city don't help you?
There is no law and order in this town.
Yep, that's what you see. No law and order in this town. Sonia says, by the way, they're only offering Alaska Airline passengers $1,500 for the door mishap. How cheap can you be? Not even tempting. $150K maybe as an upfront payout, but still not enough. Yeah, he don't know why the crime is rising. That's the first thing I thought too during that report. Like, you don't know why the crime is rising? I can tell you. Because they don't prosecute these fucking criminals. They just let them go do whatever they want to. Rob people, kill people, out on the street again. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second here. See where we're going next. Give me 1 second here. Yeah. Let's do an update on the Lahaina fires. Look at this shit.
I get asked all the time on TikTok, how's the rebuilding going in Lahaina? Well, see for yourself. What is it, 5 months after the fire? Nothing's been done. No rebuilding. They put up some beautiful kids paintings right here to color, to make it nice and bright with colors. But no rebuilding has started whatsoever. Meanwhile, people still have to pay mortgages and are getting eviction notices, even though their house burned down and they haven't gotten money from the insurance company yet because they're dragging their butts. Ridiculous. I get asked all the time on TikTok.
Crazy, dude. They still have to pay mortgages for those properties, even though you ain't got shit. It's a burned out shell. You can't even go there. You're not even allowed in that area, but you still got to pay that money, though. They won't let you rebuild your house. The goddamn insurance companies showing their ass. Amazing. Let's do some memes. Shout out to MAGA Devil Dog over on Twitter for this one.
9 pins in these 3 consecutive strikes to win it all.
I need you now more than ever I need you. You can't quit.
One strike down, 2 to go. You can cut this pressure with a knife, Chris.
Shout out to the Dilly Meme team for that. Awesome. They got some funny stuff over there, dude. Funny. You know what ain't funny? This DEI stuff, how it's going to start affecting the airline travel. Have y'all seen this? You heard about this? This was from Libs of TikToks. Female air traffic controller argues with the pilot who's been flying for 15 years about a landing and says she Googled it. So she's right and knows best. This happened at DTO, a small airport in Texas. Who wants to bet she was a diversity hire? Now listen to this shit now.
For a short approach, if you're going to do a power off 180, that's my point.
Well, okay, I will remember that from now on, no problem.
Yeah, when you ask for a short approach, I expect you to turn your base and beam the numbers.
All right, this will be a full stop for 65 Charlie, and maybe we need to talk about that some more because you're the first controller in 15 years that's ever said that.
Well, I'm just, if you ask for a short approach is when you turn your base and beam the numbers. If I know you're a student asking for a short approach, I know you're out there practicing and you probably will extend. But if you're doing something other than a short approach, don't ask for a short approach.
Well, I will definitely look up the definition of short approach because I've never seen where it says you turn base and beam the numbers because I don't see how you could possibly do that.
Well, I Googled it, actually. I Googled short approach, and it said to turn your base a beam or before the numbers, and you will land probably touchdown around midfield.
Okay, well, then I apologize for requesting the wrong thing because everywhere else, short approach means power off 180, but that's definitely not what it means here.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because I've worked at different airports. I don't know, but just
Crazy. Dude, that shit almost seemed like a skit to me. It's so outlandish. So outlandish, it just doesn't seem real. Is this real life? Yeah, he was nicer than I was. I mean, pilots, they have to be very concise, on the money, no bullshit, no emotions involved with what they're doing because you just want to get the job done. So you could tell her a little bit of attitude going on in there, and he was trying to keep it in check, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? But you could tell she definitely had attitude. Let's listen to Chris Christie on that hot mic talking that mess about his lady friend. What happened to their romance, man? I thought he was Nikki Haley's knight in shining armor.
Hear it, Wayne. They don't want to hear it. We know we're right, but they don't want to hear it. Right. And there's, we couldn't have been any clearer. Right. We couldn't have been any more direct or worked any harder. So,
and let's not forget she spent $68 million.
Yeah.
I mean, we spent like
when you get land to China and places like that.
Yeah, that's what you get. Yeah. I mean, look, she spent $68 million so far, just on TV. Spent $68 million so far, $59 million by DeSantis, and we spent 12. I mean, who's punching above their weight and who's getting a return on their investment,
Bad choice of words.
And she's going to get smoked. And you and I both know it. She's not up to this.
she hasn't even been challenged.
She's still 20 points behind Trump in New Hampshire, right?
Yeah.
And he's still going to carry out, right?
Yes. Always. I talked to DeSantis called me, petrified that I would.
He's probably getting out after Iowa.
Well,
dude, do you really believe that?
They don't want to hear it.
You really believe that DeSantis called him petrified? I really fucking doubt it. I really doubt that DeSantis even called him at all, first of all. Thank you for that, Latina. Yeah, where did the romance go sideways? I don't get it. What up? Good Citizen Reigns is in the house. Yeah, Fatty in the hot mic. He finally jumped out, though. He finally dropped his bitch ass out of the race. I knew he would. I knew he'd be the next one to go. You raggedy bastard. I couldn't wait for it. Let's watch him give his little farewell speech.
Our run to win. That's why we do them. I see the chairman here in New Hampshire. He knows we run campaigns to win. My goal has never been to be just a voice against the hate and the division and the selfishness of what our party has become under Donald Trump. It's also been to win the nomination and defeat Joe Biden and restore our party and our country to a new place of hope and optimism in this country. I've always said that if there came a point in time in this race where I couldn't see a path to accomplishing that goal, that I would get out. And it's clear to me tonight that there isn't a path for me to win the nomination, which is why I'm suspending my campaign tonight for President of the United States.
Bye.
I know, and I can see it from some of the faces here, that I'm disappointing some people by doing this. People who believe in our message and believe in what we've been doing. I also know, though, it's the right thing for me to do.
How much do they pay these people?
Because I want to promise you this. I am going to make sure that in no way do I enable Donald Trump to ever be president of the United States again. And that's more important than my own personal ambition.
Like, dude, I believe all these people in here are hired help. He don't have one damn supporter in that building. I could tell by everybody's faces in here that y'all don't give a fuck. Idiot. Shout out to Atomic Tabasco for that super chat. She says, so glad to be here. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, all 12 of those people in his area right there. Nobody gave two shits. He couldn't get above 5%. Was he ever 6? Yeah, it did sound personal, didn't? But his whole thing, if he was such a badass, he ran on the premise of he was going to stop Trump. That's his whole thing. Everybody jumping onto the coattails of, I'm going to be the one to stop Trump. Okay. All 90 of you motherfuckers get in a line and we'll deal with you one at a time. Idiots. I'm only upset now because I can't meme him anymore. I mean, I still can, but it won't be as funny because he ain't in the race, you know. We're about to wrap things up here over on the YouTube channel, though, and then we're going to go over to Rumble. So I want to say thank you guys so much for being here with me tonight. Kaboom. Shout out to my rebels. Thank you guys so much for being here. You can get this on your favorite podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple iTunes, all that fun stuff. Follow me on X over there, formerly Twitter. Follow me on Instagram over there, Rebel Without a Reason. Rebel WOA Reason, I'm sorry. Truth Social, all those other ones as well. Shout out to the moderators. Anthony McQuaid, Atomic Tabasco, Cat F, Zeta Wichi's Cane Sword, Latina and Callie, and the beautiful Miss Sonia Scrapbook. The best damn co-host on the internets. Let's see what Atomic says here. Did I watch the Mr. Reagan video? What are you referring to? Don't end, you just got here. Where you been the whole time? What are you referring to? The Mr. Reagan video? I'm not sure what you're referring to. I'll hang out a little bit longer because Atomic just got here. But we're going to be jumping over soon, so everybody get ready. This one's a local story right here. I couldn't believe this shit. Man arrested after being seen masturbating in a Trader Joe's parking lot. He faces charges of indecent exposure. This is in Nashville, Tennessee. Man was arrested this week after he was accused of masturbating in the parking lot of a Trader Joe's in Nashville in mid-December of 2023. Oh, Atomic says she sent it a couple weeks ago, a long video. I'll have to check it out. I haven't checked it. I haven't watched it. But I will, though. Police said on December 14th, a customer of Trader Joe's on White Bridge Pike saw a man in his silver Ford Transit in the parking lot, whom they had seen 3 weeks ago in the same parking lot. The man was spotted with his shirt unbuttoned and bodily fluid on his torso. Gross. The customer said they saw the man put away a bottle of lotion. Trader Joe's staff were notified, and an employee confronted the man and found him with his pants down and masturbating, according to the report. Nearly a month later, officers arrested 70-year-old Ronald Casimir after interviewing him about the incident. Casimir admitted to masturbating in the parking lot of the Trader Joe's after initially telling officers his pants were down because he had to urinate. Let's watch the video.
Tonight, for the first time, WSMV4 Investigates takes you inside a clinic in Mexico.
It's where Tennesseans are...
Oh, shit. Let's watch this one then. A clinic inside Mexico. Well, anyway, we went from the jerk story to a Mexican story. Let's do it.
Traveling to take drugs that are illegal in the United States. They're crossing the border to seek help with depression and addiction.
Chief investigative reporter Jeremy Finley got rare access to the clinic, asking, how does anyone know this is safe?
High above the trees in Murray County, Chandler Anderson knew he was in trouble.
I had been depressed for a lot of years, didn't have the best childhood, and I found myself one night sitting on the Ed Workman Bridge.
His fight against the lifelong depression would ultimately bring him to a clinic in Mexico, hooked up to an IV containing an illegal drug.
Did people say to you, this is nuts, to consider going to Mexico for psychedelic trip?
You know,
what
my
the
primary care
fuck?
physician, which is one of my best friends, said, you know how dangerous this is? And I thought, it's not as dangerous as sitting on a bridge.
For the first time, you're seeing inside the clinic where Anderson and other Tennesseans are going in Tijuana, Mexico, with ocean views and a drummer performing in the entryway.
What the hell?
It's where sage is used to rid patients of bad energy before they are prepped and injected with the psychedelic ibogaine, a drug banned in the United States, but used here to reset the brain, aiming to rid people of addiction and depression.
Reset the
but
brain?
Medical experts worry that a psychedelic trip could send a person into psychosis.
Were you worried about that?
I was at the point in my life where it was not going to be any worse than sitting on a bridge, ready to jump off.
So with a heart monitor attached, patients are injected with the drug.
What did it feel like?
I got really flush feeling. I felt really warm. I kept going like this, making sure nothing changed. And after about, I think it was the third or fourth dose, I did this and my hand kind of tracked. Like I had 15 hands. I woke up and I felt like the heavy kind of weight on me gone. And then after that, I didn't feel depressed anymore. I just felt fine.
The founder of the clinic says he discovered ibogaine when he was a struggling addict. He admits there are risks. In fact, Anderson says a friend also taking ibogaine in the next room at the clinic hallucinated and thought he saw the face of God.
Holy shit. So you've got a very, very severe addiction that's driven you to depression where you want to jump yourself off of a damn bridge. Hey, let's trip even more. They're trying to find the hardest trip or maybe the one that's not so traumatic to them or something. It's like they're raising the stakes on every fucking drug that they try, trying to get to this utopia in their mind that just doesn't exist, I don't think.
How does anybody know what you're doing is safe?
That's a good point. In New Mexico, it's unregulated, so there is no oversight, and there are some shady, shoddy clinics. It is very important to go to a place where there's medical staff.
It's now been 4 years since Anderson traveled from Tennessee to Mexico.
So how do you feel today?
Today, every now and then, like if I get overwhelmed at work or whatever, I may feel a little down, but there's none of this being suicidal or just giving up. It's really been the most valuable thing I've ever done.
Jeremy Finley, WSMV4 investigates.
Now, on top of power outages.
Now, see, I wonder if that was a one-time treatment, or if he said 4 years ago, so he went one time in 4 years. He don't have any more depression problems. It's a cure-all, allegedly. Crazy. Yeah, that was a trip. All the way to Tijuana, Mexico. He said he did it 4 years ago and he hadn't had no problems since then, but that shit, like he said, it'll make you go into some type of psychosis or something. Man, I wouldn't trust that for nothing. Let's go to this next one. This is another local story. A man admits to recording women at the gym for personal pleasure. That's at the YMCA.
Desk. We just got this police report, and it outlines a pretty disturbing situation that played out at the YMCA on Hillsborough Circle. A woman says last month she was changing clothes in a private changing room. She looked up and saw someone recording over the stall with a cell phone. She got dressed quickly and confronted the man. The YMCA canceled his membership, but then yesterday police say he came back wanting to apologize. Police say he admitted to the crime and said he had done this to several other women over the past 3 to 4 months.
Wow.
He is now charged with unlawful photography.
Getting even more creative
Unlawful
with their
photography. That was it. Here's the guy here. Wow, what a fucking creeper. Oh, this is a different creeper. Former Lebanon high school teacher behind bars for statutory rape of student. Dude, they're everywhere, man. You just go from one article to the next in this bitch. So you can't even go to the YMCA. Charged him with unlawful photography. That's it. Try to get him on some kind of other felony charge. Crazy. Who drives a Ram truck in this bitch? Anybody drive a Ram diesel truck? They got a mandatory recall going on. Issued for 600,000 vehicles. 600,000 Ram trucks amid emissions scandal. The engine maker Cummins Incorporated will recall 600,000 Ram trucks as part of a settlement with federal and California authorities that also requires the company to remedy environmental damage caused by illegal software that let it skirt diesel emission tests. New details of the settlement reached in December were released Wednesday. Cummins had already agreed to a $1.65 billion penalty. Holy shit, dude. $1.675 billion penalty. That's fucking huge. Woo-wee. Woo, holy macaroni. To settle the claims, the largest ever secured under the Clean Air Act, plus $325 million for pollution remedies. That brings Cummins' total penalty to more than $2 billion. God damn. Ooh. So much. That's a lot of money, which officials from the Justice Department, Environmental Protection Agency, California Air Resources Board, and the California Attorney General called a landmark in a call with reporters on Wednesday.
Let this settlement be a lesson. We won't let greedy corporations cheat their way to success and run over the health and well-being of consumers and our environment along the way.
the California AG Rob Bonta said. I wonder what other policies Rob Bonta has invested himself or herself in. Over the course of a decade, hundreds of thousands of Ram 2500 and 3500 Super Duty pickup trucks manufactured by Stellantis had Cummins diesel engines equipped with a software that limited nitrogen oxide pollution during emissions tests, but allowed higher pollution during normal operations, the government alleged. What's up, Bob K? MIT's in the house. Oh, shout out to Bob for the super chat, $5 super chat. He says, sorry I'm late. Hey, it's all good. You almost missed us. I'm glad you're here, sir. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Bob, you're coming in on the last part of the show. We've been going 2 hours. We'll probably go 2.5 or so over here. Well, we got a few things we got to cover on the Rumble side we just can't do. Atomic says, be ready for higher meat prices and shortages. Thanks, California. Oh, for sure. We talked about all those things. It's always something. Every day is something new. In all, about 630,000 pickups from 2013 through 2019 model years were equipped with the so-called defeat devices and will be recalled. So if you had one of these trucks, is that a voluntary recall or are they going to make you take your shit in to get it fixed? Roughly 330,000 more trucks from 2019 through 2023 had emissions control software that wasn't properly reported to authorities, but the government says those didn't disable emissions controls. Officials could not estimate how many of the recalled trucks remain on the road. So if they can't estimate how many of the recalled trucks remain on the road, how can they estimate how much money that they have to pay out? Because if you read at the beginning, it says right here that authorities also requires the company to remedy environmental damage caused by illegal software that let it skirt diesel emissions tests. How do they know how many? How do they know how much if they're going to have to repay how much emissions they put out there illegally? They don't know how many trucks are even on the road. Stellantis deferred comment on the case to Cummins, which has denied allegations by the government and is not admitting a liability according to court documents. The engine maker said in a statement that Wednesday's actions do not involve any more financial commitments than those announced in December. We're looking forward to obtaining certainty as we conclude this lengthy matter and continue to deliver on our mission to power a more prosperous world. Cummins also said that engines were cited but are not being recalled, did not exceed emission limits. Punishments for unreported software is included in the penalty. As part of the settlement, Cummins will make up for small forming pollution that resulted from its actions. How do they know that? They don't even know how many cars are on the road. The Clean Air Act, a federal act enacted in 1963 to reduce and control air pollution across the nation, requires car and engine manufacturers to comply with emission limits to protect the environment and human health. The transportation sector is responsible for about 1/3 of the U.S. greenhouse gas emissions, which feeds the trees, does it not? We talked about that earlier. And much of the stems from light-duty vehicles. Limits aim to curb the amount of emissions from burning gasoline and diesel fuel, including carbon dioxide and other problematic pollutants. So if you got a diesel, a Cummins diesel Ram truck. They're going to be recalling your shit here soon. Just a heads up. Yeah, they talked about that in the article too. I didn't read all that, but Volkswagen had problems years ago too. That was part of their little lawsuit. They had to pay some money. Let's watch this one here. San Francisco just voted 8-3 in support of a ceasefire resolution. And do y'all think that anybody in Palestine gives a fuck about what all these white liberals? All these people are white in here. Just about every single one. Is this that white supremacy they telling people about all the time? The whole fucking room. There's a lady that's not white. Dude, every fucking one. I apologize for my race, y'all. Like, I can't make no excuses for these motherfuckers. Do y'all think that Palestine is like, you know what? All the fighting and stuff that we've done over the years, it's just been unnecessary. But we didn't realize it until these people passed this resolution. They danced and chanted with masks on, and it changed my heart to not want to blow you motherfuckers away anymore. So we're just going to get along now. Thank God for Californians. No offense, Latina. Dumb. All right, here goes Hunter Biden making his exit out of the chambers today.
Ms. Green from Georgia for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Like, as soon as they started off, MTG, you start your comments first, and they were like, oh, hell no, not this bitch.
Ms. Green from Georgia for 5 minutes.
Go on.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Excuse me, Hunter. Apparently you're afraid of my words.
Whoa!
Here goes. Oh. I'd like to reclaim my time, Mr. Chairman.
Amazing.
Wow, that's too bad.
I think it's clear and obvious for everyone watching this hearing today that Hunter Biden is terrified of strong conservative Republican women because he can't even face my words as I was about to speak to him. What a coward.
Ms. Green from Georgia for 5 minutes.
Boom. They hit the eject on that
Thank you,
shit.
Mr.
They hit the eject on them seats like they were fighter pilots. Boom. Let's get up out of here. Quick, quick, quick. Move it. Like, dude, y'all crazy, man. Trying to get this next video to load. Yeah, go get to the hallway. He went to the hallway, and then reporters were out there asking him questions too. Like, dude, what kind of crack you smoking? What kind of crack you like? Come on, spinny wheel. Spin that wheel. I'm just waiting for this video to load up here. You don't want to load for me? What are you, dumb? Yeah, so Hunter ran away like a little crybaby. They got him out in their hall asking him questions, and this thing's going to be dumb now. It's crazy. I mean, he can go in there and do whatever he wants to. He's not a citizen. That's what people keep saying all the time. He's just a regular citizen. I'm sorry. That's what they keep saying. He's not an official or anything. So, oh yeah, I shouldn't claim him. You know what I mean by that joke, though. I shouldn't claim him. Nobody should claim him. Honestly, they're a bunch of fucking weirdos. Dude, I want to play this video. What the hell? Anyway, fuck Hunter Biden. He sucks. Next video.
I think you'll like this story. History was made in Minnesota's capital city of St. Paul today, or should we say herstory was made. St. Paul's new city council was sworn in this afternoon, made up entirely of women. And get this, 6 of the 7 council members are women of color, and they are all under the age of 40. 4 of them are new members and say that affordable housing and access to child care are some of their top priorities. Congratulations to them and the people of St. Paul. I am betting that they get some stuff done. I think you'll like
What do you
this
think about
story.
that, ladies and gentlemen? St. Paul, Minnesota. 7 council members, 6 of them are women of color, and they're all under the age of 40. Just the looks on their faces got me worried. You know what I mean? They got that look in their face like, oh boy, we can't wait. Rubbing their hands together. Oh shit, I can't wait. I mean, we got ladies in this audience. You tell me what you think about this. Is this just the male folks possibly overreacting? They see women in power, they start getting scared. Oh boy. Yep, St. Paul's about to go through some shit. Yep, speaking of Hunter Biden here. Shout out to DC Flake. He's got some of the best memes out there on the internet. Got the whole Federal Bureau as a shield, just so he can hold it for him and light it up, Daddy.
Daddy, will you hold up the light that's gonna light the fire for my crack pipe, please?
Make it make sense, folks. It's crazy as hell. Let's keep going.
I flew in on a helicopter. I flew in on a helicopter.
Yes. Yes. Can somebody get us some tissue?
I don't want no tissue. I'ma leave.
I'ma leave.
Look, man, look. I'm telling y'all. I flew in on a helicopter. I flew in on a helicopter.
Dude, I was pulling clips from that interview so I could get that one spot where he says, "Yo, killing me," and he jumps up out of there all mad and shit. And there are so many good pieces from that interview to clip. I thought it was funny as hell. And YouTube actually took off this video where it says American workers talking to protesters blocking the streets. It ain't on there for some reason. I have to go and check and see what's going on with it.
How can I work? How can I get paid? How can I take care of my kids? How?
Your ex-wife.
Use your common sense.
Your ex-wife.
How can I work? How can I get paid? How can I take care of my kids? How?
Your ex-wife.
Use your common sense.
Your ex-wife.
Use your common sense. How do people supposed to get around if you motherfuckers are standing in the middle of the road? Yeah, he's in jail. He went to jail, Bob.
More children.
Let's watch AOC have a fucking meltdown over the closing the border and wants to document all illegals.
To suffer and die in this way. Mariette could be here with us, but she
Play
is
it
not.
up.
Next month, she would have been 3 years old.
Remember when she went to the border and cried on the fence?
For me, it's painful to not have her with me and show her what I feel and say
Crying like a baby
what
up
I want
there.
for her. I had
I know the one that wants them to come live with her. I'd get every single illegal and give them her address and say, everybody's going there. Go to her address, go to fucking Mayor Eric Adams, go to their shit, and y'all can bunk up with each other. Cry more, you little fucking crybaby. Let's watch your president, commander-in-chief right here get down.
We've come too far.
I come too far.
From where we started.
From where I started from.
Nobody told me the road would be easy.
Nobody told me that the road would be easy.
I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
My fellow Americans, I don't think the good Lord brought us this far to leave us behind. We've come too far.
I come too far.
I come too far. Dude, who would want to hear 4 years or maybe even 8 years of Hillary Clinton? I come too far. I want to blow my own fucking head off making that voice. I couldn't imagine listening to her shit for 4 straight years, dude. Give me a freaking break. Man, that's going to wrap it up for me over here on the YouTube side of things, though. I definitely appreciate y'all for being here. Shout out to them Rebels. Thank you guys so very much. I appreciate y'all. We're going to jump over to the Rumble channel. Hit the link in the description box for this video, or go to rebelwithoutareason.com and use that link there to jump over to the Rumble show. Shout out to the moderators. Anthony McQuaid, Atomic Tabasco, Cat F, Zeta Weechi's Cane Sword, Latina and Callie, and the beautiful Miss Sonia Scrapbook. The best damn co-host on the internets. Everybody, let's jump over to Rumble. Thank you guys so much. I'll be back on Tuesday. I'll try to be on time. If I'm not, then I'll be there at 8 o'clock. I appreciate you guys so much. Let's go to Rumble. Peace out, YouTube. You guys have a great night. Thank you guys so much for being here. I will see y'all next time. Let's go.